We continue to watch all these innocent families flee from their homes and for their lives because of this ruthless invasion, possibly creating Europe's largest refugee crisis since World War II. Joining us now to talk more about this is Joung-ah Ghedini-Williams. She's the spokesperson for the UN's High Commissioner for Refugees. Thank you so much, Joung-ah, for being here with us. We're talking now about more than 500,000 refugees fleeing to Poland, but today the UN saying the flow of refugees to Poland appears to be slowing. Is that true? And can you give us some perspective from what you're seeing?
Thank you. So I'm in Moldova, and today I was at the Palanca border crossing, and the queues went back as far as I could see. There were people that were still in their cars waiting to come in, who'd been in their car for over 4 days. There was a line of people coming on foot, and it was freezing today, that said that some of them had been walking over 30 hours. So from this side, we're not seeing any slowing down of the pace of people that are fleeing this brutal war.
And it's gut-wrenching just to see the pictures and then hear, the details from you as you know it in real time. And Europe says it will give refugees extended rights now to stay in the European Union for up to 1 year. But these protections will only apply to refugees who are Ukrainian citizens, right? So what about the people living in Ukraine who are not Ukrainian citizens?
So there are lots of people from other nationalities, so third country nationals who may have been there studying, working, may have been asylum seekers themselves in Ukraine. Many of them are just trying to get home, and we know for a fact that many thousands have already been repatriated home. And we know also that some countries have made concessions as well for them, as well as Ukrainian refugees that are coming out. And in others, we will, of course, be working among the UN agencies and also with our sister agency, IOM, to make sure that anyone who needs assistance, and particularly in our case, any refugees or those people seeking asylum will have access to it. But I think it just shows the scope of how tragedy like this can happen, where, as David said in the last piece, you really had no time. You had no warning. I think nobody believed that it would happen the way that it did, and anybody could be caught in a situation like that, which is the most horrifying part.
And Joung-ah, hundreds of refugees from Afghanistan, Syria, Iraq, Yemen, they were stranded at the border of Belarus and Poland. Late last year, we covered that as well. They were blocked from entering the EU. So what's making this situation so different?
I think part of it is that this is seen as, it is a crisis within Europe. And I think the EU has really stepped up and come forward to show solidarity for the people that are fleeing Ukraine. And so far there have been 1.2 million people who have fled Ukraine as refugees. However, I think for UNHCR, what we're really stressing is, yes, our hearts should go out, our donations should go out to Ukrainian refugees, but there are millions of people, over 84 million people around the world who are displaced and who are in need of just as much attention and support as the refugees of Ukraine, who undoubtedly deserve it. That they are also mothers and children and grandparents in other parts of the world that are equally deserving.
Well, which leads me to my final question. What can the average person do to help? Every time we have ongoing coverage like this, so many people reach out asking what they can do. You've got the floor to tell us now.
I think there's what we can do on a global level, which is show this tremendous, overwhelming solidarity that I think almost all governments have around Europe, for example, but also further afield. We even heard that Brazil is allowing temporary visas, humanitarian visas. And closer to home, I think in the last segment, there were people that were offering spaces in their home. We've seen that outpouring of support. So it's this act of not only voluntary solidarity, but compassion. These are people that are literally have had their lives ripped apart in the last few days. I can't believe that it's only been 8 days. And many have their loved ones still inside the country, their lives. And so everything that anyone can do, either on a local scale, just raising awareness, raising money, sending supplies, but also on a larger scale in terms of policies to help support refugees in their own home countries and in their host countries.
Well, we will stay on it for sure, and we will continue to talk with you. Joung-ah Ghedini-Williams, sure appreciate your time today.
Thank you.
You bet.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.